What is up, guys? Welcome on in to the first AMA of 2020. For those of you not familiar with what we do here, basically I have a subs only section on the Discord, link below, where people can ask any random question that pops in their mind, and I do my best to answer them. In fact, I actually pick the best questions periodically and make a video like this about them. So without further ado, let's dive in and see what you guys got from me. Oh boy. So, the first question is, if you could have a superpower, what would it be and why? And I know a lot of people pick super strength or the ability to fly or be invisible. But I think if I had to pick just one superpower, it would be super speed. Not only because you could do a lot of the same things you could with any of those other powers. You could run so fast you might as well be flying or teleporting somewhere. And you could move so fast you could be invisible. But also just because it's more, a little more of like a creative superpower. Like just think of all the work and all the cool things you could make with super speed. Like, you'd be so you just get so much done. It just sounds like really appealing to me. The other ones sound cool too, but I think if I had to pick just one, it would definitely be super speed. Next up is, what are the first 3 games in your backlog you would play to completion if time and money were not in the way? And that one actually took some thinking. I did go over to the shelf and pull a few games that I have been meaning to play for a while and just haven't really gone around to it. And the first one, for whatever reason, is Psychonauts. And I actually have this on the PS2 as well, but I've just never gotten around to playing this game. And I've heard fantastic things about it. I am a big fan of Tim Schafer. Brutal Legend is one of my favorite games of all time, for obvious reasons. But this game, for whatever reason, I just have not gotten around to play it yet, and I really want to, and someday it will happen, but until then it's gonna stay shrink wrapped. Next up is Terraria, and I go through periods of being obsessed with Minecraft. It's one of those creative games where you can just do whatever you want, either vanilla or mods, and I just always have so much fun with it that I actually have to force myself to stop playing, otherwise I'll never get around to other games. And from what I've heard, Terraria is very similar to that. Maybe not to the extent, but still having that open kind of 2D world sounds really appealing, and it's something that I definitely want to get around to playing at some point. Until then, also still shrink wrapped. I tend to leave most of my games shrink wrapped until I get around to playing them. Just the collector in me, I guess. And then last up is actually a series of games, and this is a series that I have actually tried to start a few times, and just for whatever reason I can't make it through the first game, and then I just don't play the other ones, and that is Kingdom Hearts. Now, I know I would love this game. I love it when I play it for the little bit that I do, but something always comes up when I'm playing through the original Kingdom Hearts, and I always get sidetracked, and I never get around to finishing the game, and then I just start over again. And that's no way to play an RPG, that's for sure. So at some point, if time and money were no option and I could just sit down and play a game until it was done, my number one pick would have to be the Kingdom Hearts series for sure. And that includes all the extra games that are part of the story as well. I just have some of the main ones. I have Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and I think Chain of Memories, right? Yeah. But yeah, being able to play through that whole storyline, as confusing as convoluting as I've heard it is, would just be an absolute dream come true. The next question is actually about the clothing line part of Rockhart. For those of you unfamiliar, Rockhart originally started as just a clothing brand. I created t-shirts, pins, patches, all that kind of stuff before I even started streaming or making other kinds of content. If you guys want to check out this store, there's always new stuff in it down below. And this one is actually a 2-parter. So the first part is, what was the inspiration for the name Rockhart? I've talked about this a little bit on stream here and there, especially lately because I've been playing through Halo Reach. on PC. Thank you, Halo Master Chief Collection. I'm really excited for when the rest of those drop. It still feels weird playing Halo on a PC, but I'm getting more comfortable with it. But basically, Rockhart started off as a nickname my friends gave me because of Halo 2. So originally, growing up, I didn't own a Xbox, and I would just play Halo and Halo 2 when I went over to friends' houses, and I was not very good. In fact, my go-to weapon was the rocket launcher, and I had a very nasty habit of pointing the rocket launcher in between me and my foe and firing and killing us both. To the point where I did it so often, it actually became known as a Rockhart between my friends. My last name is Lockhart. I like to use the rocket launcher. You can see where that kind of came from. So obviously I got better at the game eventually, and I actually turned it into my gamer tag, and kind of just used that for a few years. And then when I was trying to come up with a name for my creative project that I was working on in college, and I knew that it wanted to involve both rock music and video games, two of the things that I love the most, I remembered my old gamer tag, and the name just kind of fit so perfectly that it would be silly not to have used it. So kind of a weird happenstance, but the name just stuck, and it's what I've been using ever since. The second part of that question was, who's been your biggest influence for your clothing line? And that one's easy. That is Johnny Earl of Johnny Cupcakes. Again, back in college when I was looking for kind of a creative outlet, I discovered Johnny Cupcakes, which is an independent clothing line that creates very high quality clothing and a very high quality customer experience. Everything from the website to the goodies you get in your order to the way Johnny interacts with every single customer that shows up for his events, sometimes the line stretching around the block, was just kind of eye-opening for me. I had never really gotten super into small companies like that, especially independent clothing lines, and it was just something that was very fascinating to me. I designed t-shirts before, but they were always one-off stuff, and they went on, like deal of the day sites or one-day fundraising sites to get printed, that kind of thing. So having the concept of having all your own t-shirts that you ship out to other people and you control how they are experienced was something that was very interesting to me. And I actually had the opportunity to meet Johnny at his London store opening. I just happened to be studying abroad in Europe at the time, and the dates just worked out, and it was great just to meet him in person. And a few years down the road, actually, I ended up doing some t-shirt designs for him too, so kind of coming full circle after I'd even started Rockhart. So yeah, it was just really a neat experience, and something that I kind of treasure as kind of kicking off a big portion of my creative career. And last but not least, another two-parter. This one covering stream accessories. As you guys know, I am a bit of a gearhead. And, the mic changes every video, it seems like, but it stayed the same recently, and that is actually going to be my lead-in to this question, at least part one, and that is the top 3 streaming accessories I currently use. And number 1 is my new mic. Now, this is a 100% custom job. It is custom painted, has custom foam, and has a upgraded interior. This is the Shure Super 55 body, but like I said, it's been custom painted black. They did release a special edition that was black, but this one is actually powder coated black, so it's like a matte black and a lot tougher. And then actually the inside element is not a 55, it's actually a 58A, which is similar to the mic that I was using the most previously to this video. And there's also red LEDs that light up in it. You guys can't really tell very well. It doesn't show up very well on camera, but honestly, this is like one of my favorite new additions to the stream. Next up is a little more practical for everyone, and that is a stream deck. Doesn't matter what size. I actually have all 3 sizes for some reason, but the stream deck is probably my number 1 recommendation for anyone who is starting streaming and looking to upgrade and get something a little easier or a little more impactful for their stream. It is so easy to use. It is such a fantastic product, and the fact that I have 3 and I'm contemplating getting a second XL should tell you something. I mean, well, I'm insane, but also it's just so much fun and so necessary, really, to just having a engaging stream. And then the last piece of tech that I would, well, I basically couldn't live without is my Go XLR. This is new to me as of Christmas. It was a Christmas present to myself, and I love it. It has been a godsend. I am not the best at setting up audio, and the Go XLR made everything so easy. I did have to watch a video or two just to make sure I have everything dialed right, but for what I wanted to do, including turntable audio into my stream and just having that ability to have tactile control over parts of my audio, it has been the best. I honestly don't know how I did anything without it. If you're looking for that next kind of step upgrade, I would definitely recommend the Go XLR Mini. Even the full size Go XLR would be good as well. I just did not have the space or the need for the voice modulation stuff, so that's the reason why I went with the Mini instead. And I mean, of course, the price definitely was a factor too. But absolutely love this thing, cannot recommend it enough. Now, the second part of this question is the top 3 accessories that I want to use. And that's a tough question to answer, just because I have a bad habit of buying the gear that I want within reason. So we're gonna go a little beyond reason at this point. So the first thing that I would probably pick up, and it's coming out soon if it's not out already by the time this video gets released, and it actually ties into some of the issues I've been having recently with making videos in general, is the Elgato 4K 60S Plus. That is a new external capture card by Elgato that also has a recording ability to direct to SD card, which is super cool. I do a lot of console games, and I also use capture cards for cameras. Recently I had an issue with one of my old capture cards, so I had to upgrade, and I was hoping I could hold out for the 4K 60S Plus. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. So down the road, I might pick that up because it looks so cool. It really, I feel like it would be a huge improvement on my workflow. Being able to record to an SD card and also use it for streaming would just be awesome. And to go along with that, if I was to make another big upgrade, this would actually probably be considerably bigger than just a 4K 60 S Plus. It would be a full frame DSLR camera. Right now I'm using the Canon EOS Rebel SL2. I think that's the full product name of that. Great little camera. I've been using it for over a year now. Absolutely no complaints. I use it for product photography. I use it for videos. I use it for streaming. Absolutely love it, but it is only a partial frame sensor, so I definitely don't get as vivid a picture as I might like, especially when it gets darker. I do like to turn the lights off a bit. That would be kind of my next upgrade, would be something that could shoot in 4K if I wanted, but mainly a full frame sensor, just giving me that greater flexibility and greater range. And then the very last one is actually the most obtainable of all 3, and it's something that I'm probably going to get very soon, and that is some special LED lights for raids. Now, I have a little spinny raid light that I do play whenever I get raids, but it shines red light and it doesn't really stand out much against the red light background, so I think I want to get something that's more like a laser light show thing that I can control and turn on and off and just have it project kind of on this wall whenever I get raids. That is not crazy expensive to do. It's just something I just haven't gotten around to yet. I'm sure I will at some point. And that is it for questions. Thank you guys again for asking all of this stuff. I hope you had as much fun listening to it and asking as I did answering them. Again, if you want to participate in the next AMA, you have to make sure you're a part of the Discord. Link again is down below. And also you have to be a Twitch sub, so make sure you check out the stream as well. Twitch link is, of course, down below. Thank you guys again. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching, and take care.